to Marvel Contest of Champions. Today we're going to be looking at the 2-star arena. Why? Well, people want to get that 3-star and they're left disappointed after those 3 days when they're not getting it. And it's time to look at how many points to, say, the time ratio that you can put into the game and the arenas without losing your social life. To explain how the point system works, we need to have a look at the brackets. Now, in order to find out which bracket you are in, you will need to understand the following things. How long have you been playing the game? If you are a beginner, then you've been playing the game for about a month. If you're an intermediate, then you've been playing up to 60 days. If you're a veteran, you've been playing for 61 days or more. Your question is going to be, well, how do I find out? Because I've totally forgotten how and where to go in order to get that information. Well, if you go to your settings page and then you go to where it says Google Play Games, or I don't know if it's iOS games, not sure on yours, and the ribbon. So basically you want to go to the ribbon. And once you click the ribbon, it will then take you to an achievements page. I've actually just realised that I've actually been playing the game a lot longer than I thought it was. I thought I was playing since March of 2015. I've actually been playing since January of 2015. So it's important to kind of just to clarify those things. So so I started on the 18th of January 2015. So if you have a look at your potentially Explorer or maybe Quest Battle Rookies, it may give you an idea as the earliest start point. And then obviously if it's 30 odd days, and it's quite odd to see escalations not being done, but I've done Act 2. So just have a look to see where you are with regards to that, and hopefully it will make you aware of what bracket you are in. So the next step from that is to then establish, well, what are the mean averages for people getting that 3-star at the end of it? Well, it starts off with beginner, and this is a low start point. If you get 90,000 points, you will get the 3-star. When it comes to intermediate, it's 160,000 points. For veteran, it's anything between 390 and 430k. It largely depends on how popular the character is that people are kind of entered in. If it's a new character, chances are you're probably best off aiming for 450k in veteran. But when it comes to intermediate and beginner, you guys are going to pick that up, and that's the best point to do it. Pick up that and get that character whilst you still have a better opportunity to get those. I think that's the first thing that I think people should do to build their teams, is do some arenas, but also make sure you've got a good 2-star team roster. So it's important to plan your time wisely. So if you've got 3 days to complete an arena and you need to, say, get 450k, then you need to kind of have a look at what is the best time that you can play the game. It's not about, general things about the game. It's about your time, your social life. And if you can only enter the one that starts on Thursday and ends on Sunday, then do enter into that one. But here's the thing. You need to then understand, what points are those days that you can play. You may have work, you may have school, you may have college, you may have coursework, you may have homework. So it's all about putting in the amount of time. Say, pick up a timetable, make a timetable for yourself and just put the times that which you can play. So if you can do an hour between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. or 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. before you go to bed, then that is the most opportune time to do it without impacting too much on your social life. But anyway, let's get into a block of me running. So basically I'm doing a run here from 0 to 45 minutes. I'm talking about the game, not physical running. 0 to 45 minutes it took me to go through my entire roster. So you can see here is my roster here. It's pretty much, well, it is all the 2-stars that you can get, including Deadpool, which is one that just comes in now and again in a special event that you buy into, which hopefully will come up soon. But anyway, so they're here. It's not a lot of them are kind of like fully upgraded. Most of them are kind of maxed out. If you can max out your characters, then do. But hopefully you've got a big team. So if I just whiz through my play just to kind of confirm that all characters were used, and this was a 45-minute bracket of grinding, that it just gives you an idea what I got for that. As you can see, I got 60,950 points, which isn't bad. But here is where the statistics come in. So that took me 45 minutes. Hold that in your mind. Over 3 days, I will need to do this 7.4 times, and that's 7.4 rounded up because it's 7.38. I need to do 7.4 times of completing all through, getting 60,950 as an average every time I play. So that's what I need to do in order to get the 3-star featured crystal. But I am, 3-star featured champion. But I'm on the veteran bracket, so there you go. With regards to time usage and time wastage, it will be 333 minutes based on that 45 minutes I said about. 45 minutes to go through all the characters. So the 45 minutes is then times by the 7.4, and that kind of gives me a 5 hours and 55 minutes of social life taken away from me. So then it's all about then budgeting it, where that's got to go. Do I do a bit in lunch breaks? Do I not? And we'll come over to that in a moment. But it's time for you to do your calculations now. So you've got your bracket. Okay, so you've got your bracket. You're either the beginner, the intermediate, the veteran, whatever. Now take the amount that you can earn every 2 hours. Okay, because it refreshes every 2 hours. Take that number. So you've battled through, and say you've got a number. Right, you take that number, and also the amount of time it's taking you to do that. So you'll have how many minutes it's taking you to get that amount, and then the next thing is to then divide that, right? Divide it by those scores. So the 90k if you're a beginner, the 160k if you're an intermediate, and then the veteran, which is 450k potentially. So let's go with the worst case scenario, 450k. So you're going to end up with a number, and it will then be how many times you've got to go through your entire roster over those 3 days in order to achieve the desired featured 3-star. So in order to work out the time and how much time it will take out your social life, what you've got to do is take the number, how many times you've got to do it. So obviously it was 7.4 for me, whatever it is for you, and then times it by the amount of minutes. So for me it was 7.4 times 45, which got me 333. So get your number, and then what you do is you then divide that number by 60. And it should then give you the amount of hours and minutes that you will have to play in order to get the desired champion over those 3 days. So do take those things into consideration. So the amount of points that you get from going through all your 2 stars, and then the amount of time it's taken to do that, and then over the time of the 3 days. So it's all very technical stuff. I hope you've been following along, but it's just then managing that time. So the next bit of advice for you is to then pick certain times in which you can play. So over the 3 days, for me, I would probably say I'd have to take, so I need to find 6 hours of time. So then I'd have to kind of say to myself, right, well, over the 3 days, I'm going to have to do 2 hours a day potentially. 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. And build it up. Or maybe I break it up and say, right, I'll do 30 minutes of my lunch break doing it, 30 minutes in the morning before I go to work, and then 30 minutes to an hour later on that day. So that's the problem with just kind of time management. So pick and choose and time manage well, and as best you can. Pick key times that are easy for yourself. Maybe times where if you've got some homework, then do it after your homework. Be focused on that being your treat, your gift to yourself. Is I've completed my homework, now I get to play it. Same with coursework. Complete the coursework or a section of the coursework. Play the game. Do something a bit mind-numbing by playing the game, and then come back and refocus. If you got to look after the kids, then keep one eye on the machine, one eye on the Android tablet or iOS tablet, and then one eye on the kids. But try not to look a bit shifty while doing it. But yes, use key opportunities and free time to play it. But remember, that you'll have to put in the time. If you don't put in the time, you're not going to get the 3-star featured champion. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and thank you very much for watching. In any case, I've been RichTheMan as always. Please like if you enjoyed this video by taking Thor's hammer and smashing it down on the like button. I said that very fast. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and yeah, follow me on social media. The link for Twitter is below, and as always, catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.
Hi guys, RichTheMan here, and I'm just falling out of a tree. Thank you for watching that video, and remember to like, subscribe, and catch one of my live streams. Anyway, see you later. Bye. Someone call an ambulance, for God's sake.